Today, I released every single quarterback in the NFL. Like literally, there is not a single quarterback signed to any team in the league. So if we go over to free agents, we'll find Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and every other quarterback all the way down to Mitch Trubisky ready to be signed to any team. So we're starting in the first week of the preseason, and every single setting is set to auto to make sure teams actually sign a quarterback. So what we'll do is sim to the regular season and see where everyone signs. Oh, I hate this game. The Patriots signed Patrick Mahomes, and for some reason, also signed Lamar Jackson. I obviously won't keep both of them here, just because that would be a waste of a player. So I guess whichever team has the lowest rated quarterback, they'll get Lamar. So the Bears went with Russell Wilson as their quarterback. Oh, this is really ironic. But the Bengals signed Jordan Love, but they also signed Aaron Rodgers. It looks like this time around, though, Rodgers is going to be backing up Love. The Bills get Bryce Young. Broncos get Anthony Richardson. Browns fans are gonna like this, but they get Kirk as their starting quarterback. You like that? You like that? Tua is staying in the state of Florida, but he's on the Bucs now. The Cardinals got Caleb Williams. Matt Stafford is also staying in LA, but now he's on the Chargers. Michael Penix Jr. is going to be the quarterback of the Chiefs. I am genuinely excited to see what he does there. The Colts must really love Joe Flacco because they picked him. JJ McCarthy's on the Commanders. Jerry Jones with another genius signing with Will Levis. Really going all in. Dolphins get Jalen Hurts. Eagles get Jared Goff. Falcons get Brock Purdy. The Niners get CJ Stroud. So they should still be very good. Also very weird to see a Niners quarterback wearing number 7 again. Giants get Justin Fields. Jags get Bo Nix. Ooh, the Jets get Joe Burrow. He might put up monster stats with Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson. The Lions get Jaden Daniels. Packers get Baker Mayfield, which feels like a perfect choice considering Baker recreated that Brett Favre draft pitcher. Josh Allen is now the quarterback of the Panthers. The Raiders get Dak Prescott. Rams get Kyler Murray. Ravens get Sam Darnold. Saints get Trevor Lawrence. Seahawks get Drake May. Steelers get Geno Smith. Texans get Derek Carr. Vikings get Justin Herbert. And for some unexplainable reason, the Titans chose Andy Dalton, who is a 69 overall. Nice? Not nice? But he is the lowest signed quarterback in the league, which means they're going to be the lucky ones to get Lamar Jackson. And we'll actually jump in to see what Lamar looks like on this team. But before that, real quick, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button too while you're at it. We're trying to hit 150K before the end of the year. We're about 10,000 subscribers away from that right now. And if we can hit 5,000 likes on this video, I'll release every single wide receiver in the NFL. So we'll jump in and play at the start of this video before we go to the playoffs and just kind of see how some of these guys look. Calvin Ridley, they're paying you too much money to drop the ball. It will be interesting to see which teams end up being good. Oh, Calvin Ridley beat his man off the line. Yeah, adding Lamar Jackson to a bad Titans team, they could actually end up being pretty good. I mean, it's got to be better than Will Levis. So next up, we'll check out Joe Burrow on the Jets. I am very interested to see what this team will be able to accomplish. I think, yeah, Devontae is open across the middle here. I mean, they have so many skill position players. However, it is the Jets, so I'm sure they're going to disappoint me. Let's see if I can actually like send Brees upfield. Nope, just going to throw the ball. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle by Nick Bosa, and he gets a first. Yeah, I could say it till I'm blue in the face. The Jets are the kings of having so much potential and doing nothing with it. But maybe this time I'll be wrong.
Stop it. Get some help.
And last but not least, we'll check out Jaden Daniels on the Lions. Jaden Daniels, I think, is becoming like everyone's favorite quarterback in the NFL, at least like for the young guys. I mean, it's just ridiculous like how quickly they've turned around Washington to be like a legit team. Wow, he barely gets the first. He actually feels like a guy who would be a perfect fit on this Lions team in real life. Amon-Ra St. Brown should have the speed to get to the end zone. Yeah, Daniels is gonna cook here. So you know what? Let's sim to the playoffs and see how everyone does on their new teams. Okay, so Philly and Washington make it out of the NFC East. Jared Goff with the Eagles had 4,400 yards and 35 touchdowns, about 3,700 yards for Levis, but 23 touchdowns and 23 picks, 3,322 from JJ, and Fields with the Giants is at the bottom, 3,200 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 19 picks. Lions went 12-5 with the Packers also making the playoffs. All the quarterbacks had at least 3,400 yards, but Baker Mayfield with the Packers had 40 35 touchdowns. In the South, Tampa was the only team to make it in, about 4,000 yards from each of them, except Josh Allen, who did the worst, and they all threw for about 30 touchdowns. And lastly, in the West, the Niners and Seahawks both made it in. CJ Stroud led the division with 4,500 yards, and he also led with 39 touchdowns. In the AFC East, the Jets went 12-5 with the Dolphins also making the playoffs. Burrow led this division with 4,400 yards, and 42 touchdowns from him was the most. But God, Bryce Young threw 33 touchdowns and 32 picks, doing his best Jameis Winston impression. In the North, the Steelers and Ravens made it in. Honestly, very average numbers from everyone. So many interceptions in this division. The Titans with Lamar did make the playoffs, as well as the Texans. He led with 4,300 yards and 39 touchdowns. Kinda okay years from Carr, Flacco on the Colts, and Nix on the Jags. But in the West, the Raiders were the only team to make the playoffs. Wow, 4,800 yards and 41 touchdowns from Michael Penix. 3,835 from Dak, 3,733 from Anthony Richardson, and 36 and 22 from Stafford. So yeah, Penix had the most yards in the league, and Baker the most touchdowns. But the MVP goes to CJ Stroud. Kinda surprising with the numbers he put up. So this is gonna be our playoff bracket for this season, and we'll start out with the Seahawks and Eagles. As always with the wild card round, we're only gonna jump in if it gets close, which this game was not at all. Now we got the Ravens and Sam Darnold going up against Dak and the Raiders. But with a minute to go, this looks out of reach. But yeah, they're down by 14 points. There's 14 seconds left. This touchdown here cuts the lead to 7, but I have never seen the CPU recover an onside kick, and they don't here. So the Ravens will win this game. Yet another playoff loss for Dak. Next up, we got JJ versus Tua, but this game was an absolute blowout. So Tua and the Bucs are moving on. Joe Burrow and the Jets destroy the Dolphins. We're obviously going to watch him play in future rounds, so we didn't miss much. So now we got Baker versus Jaden Daniels, and with 15 seconds to go, the Packers are down by a touchdown. This game really wasn't close at all, but it kind of got close to the end because I think Madden likes to have close games at the end. How does Baker have literally all day to throw? That might be like the longest amount of time that a quarterback has had in the pocket. That one he throws in 2 seconds. Looks like he's gonna actually make it to the end zone, but it's dropped, so the Lions hold on to win. Yeah, don't let the score deceive you. This game's sim is pretty bad. And last up for this round, we got Derek Carr versus Lamar. Oh, and I accidentally simmed the last drive. Well, the Texans won. This game is so laggy sometimes. In the divisional, we got Steelers versus Texans, Jets versus Ravens, Buccaneers versus Lions, and Niners versus Eagles. And we'll start out with CJ Stroud versus Jared Goff, where the Niners have a 1-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Eagles have no timeout, so a first down does end it, and Debo does make the catch. So a couple knees from them, and CJ Stroud will take him to the championship game. So now we got Sam Darnold going up against his former team, where the Ravens are down by 4 in this game. They got lots of time to work with, and they're already at the 42. Plus they get a free timeout with the 2-minute warning still, but Darnold's gonna roll out. He might get sacked. He does by Hassan Reddick. Is there something about the MetLife field that makes Sam Darnold see ghosts? He's gonna run. He's got a lot of space, and he gets a first. About a minute 10 left. Like, there's no real need to actually rush. Almost took a sack. So now it's 3rd and 11 with about 45 seconds left. Darnold's got to throw deeper downfield. Derrick Henry only gets a few. And for some reason, they're not using any timeouts, so there's about 20 seconds left. Darnold rolls out. All day to throw. He's gonna throw to the end zone for some reason. Oh my God, he's wide open. And he made the catch. Zay Flowers just did that. I cannot believe he just did that. So now 14 seconds and 3 timeouts for Burrow to work with. He's gonna throw to the outside here. Lost yards. It's a good thing they have the worst kicker in the league still on the team. He's gonna throw deep here. I mean, they need a miracle. And oh my God, he almost caught it. I think he had both Devontae and Garrett there. And if they caught it, they were gonna be gone. He's throwing deep here. There's no chance Mike Williams can't hang on. So the Ravens somehow pull this out. I still can't believe Zay Flowers caught that ball. But the Lions easily win this game. The Bucs put up 3 points all game and scored in the last second. I hate how it always makes these games look closer than they actually are. And last up, we got the Texans going up against the Steelers. And late in this game, the Steelers are up by 3 with a chance to extend this to a 6-point lead. And Boswell is gonna nail it. So now 1:43 and no timeouts for Derek Carr and the Texans. They're going to get a first. Somehow Nico Collins was not out of bounds there. He's going to throw out here and get out of bounds. Back-to-back first downs for him. Carr is moving them down the field pretty quick. A 3rd first down to him, but did not stop the clock on that one. They're at the 28-yard line now. He's on the 4th one in a row. Nico Collins is just dominating this entire drive. Carr gonna throw to Diggs, who looks like he's gonna make it all the way to the end zone to take the lead. I feel like when the CPU has timeouts, they always work the check down game. Here's another one, but he does get a bit more. In real life, they might try a sideline route to try to have like a second left on the clock, but he's gonna throw to the end zone. There is a flag. No way. Pass interference on the defense. I swear this always happens. So the Steelers just won this game. Like, DPI on the last play of the game happens way too often. But then there were 4 teams remaining. And we'll start out with the Lions versus the Niners. With the Lions down by 8 here, Jaden Daniels has a ton of time to work with though, so they definitely have a good chance here. Ooh, breaks a tackle for a few more yards. Kind of cool that even with new quarterbacks, we get a rematch of the NFC Championship from last year. Jaden Daniels should be able to do this, I think. Wow, what a catch there. What I mean is I think they can get the touchdown, but the 2-point conversion is a whole nother story. They just burned their first time out on a 7-yard gain. They're probably going to call another one here, but they actually don't, as the clock is about 1:20 left in this game. Daniels will throw cross field, gets the first down. Laporta stayed in bounds though, so there's only 50 seconds left. He's going to check down again, gain about 8 here, and call that second timeout. So they got 1 remaining. Nick Bosa is going to get a huge sack. He's trying to make the Niners great again, maybe get him a Super Bowl this time around. Daniels to the end zone, nearly picked. Now it's 4th and 13. It all comes down to this. He's going to throw and nearly picked again, and the Niners are going to the Super Bowl. But will they face the Ravens or Steelers? Now Geno Smith starting at the 1-yard line with 14 seconds and no timeouts after the Ravens fumbled. I'm glad I did catch this one because it wasn't close, but that turnover changed everything. The problem is I think it's just too little too late. Like, he's gonna have to chuck deep on this play all day. I think that this might barely even make the 50. It's somehow almost caught, but it's not, and the Ravens win. So it's Darnold and the Ravens versus Stroud and the Niners. A rematch of Super Bowl 47. But the Niners are down by 11 at the start of the 4th, but they're at the 5-yard line, so they have a very good chance to make this a game. And they'll even go for 2 here. They pitch to McCaffrey, who gets it easily. Jumped ahead just a bit here. The Ravens are down to the 31. They're going to throw a screen to Henry, who's going to gain about 9 on this play. The Niners holding him to a field goal would be huge. Read option with Sam Darnold. Gotta love that Lamar Jackson Ravens playbook. A touchdown here would make this a lot harder for the Niners, but they're able to stop Henry on this one. And it's 3rd and goal as well, so keeping him out would be huge, and he misses it. So they will have to settle for the Tucker kick. And from this distance, it's automatic. So now can CJ Stroud do it? At this stage of the game, a touchdown would definitely win it. They got 90 seconds left and 2 timeouts. They're going to throw short to Ayuk, who gains about 9 on that one. But now it's 3rd and 1. They just used their second timeout. Oh my God. Ayuk down to the 34. They didn't use the timeout though. It's just under a minute. Stroud's going to throw again for another first to Kittle. Does CJ Stroud have it in him? This would be a drive for the ages. Just hit McCaffrey in the back. Honestly, kind of a good thing though, because it stopped the clock. There's 30 seconds left. He throws end zone and Kittle caught it. So now this extra point will put them up here. So now Sam Darnold has 25 seconds and 2 timeouts to get him into field goal range. Oh my God, he fumbled. No way. They are going to review this. Andrews caught it and it was, no, he looked down. No, I don't know. It's close. I thought he was definitely losing the ball before that. So they hand off to Henry, who gains 10. But for some reason, they're kicking the field goal now on 2nd down. And Tucker does nail it. So now Stroud's got 12 seconds and a timeout. Throws to the sideline, does get out of bounds. Got to get to the 41-yard line here. They are so close. I just pray they don't try to throw deep. They do. Is there going to be any time left? There's 2 seconds. I do hate that about this game. Like, they had a timeout. They did not need to do that. And then he throws an hour out. So the Ravens are gonna get the 2-point win. They take down the Niners in the Super Bowl once again. If you wanna see what happens when I reset the NFL to 2011, click right here. But yeah, that'll do it for today's video. So I'll see you guys soon. Be good people.